And welcome to Skits and Quibbles, the Spotlight series. It's Precocious Lotus here, or if you watch Mental Health Matters, Dr Audrey Tang. I've got a fabulous guest today. She is the star of stage and screen. She's done a comedy set on The Groovy Bunch in our earlier seasons, so do have a look at that. And she's here with a one-woman show. But before that, please join me on the main stage. So, what burlesque move have I got for you today? Well, last time I taught you the fan and the leg caress without actually teaching you the leg caress. This is one of the most favourite moves that my class do, actually. They really like this one. And it's very simple, but very sexy, and you can do it in so many different ways. Use the leg that you're most comfortable on to balance on first. Pop the other leg out to the side. Bend and lunge in to the supporting leg, and as you do, all you need to do is bring your arm down and rub it up your leg. And you can also go the other way. You can push it down the leg and bring it back up again. And you can do it on the other side, if you can balance there. But also you can do it down the front as well. But only go as far as you want to go, which is actually a good rule for life. But now, are you warmed up and are you ready? Because I have the fabulous, wonderful, incredibly dynamic Rosie Ripple joining me. But today she's presenting her one-woman show. She is playing the beleaguered host, Maureen O'Clamp, who meets a series of weird and wonderful guests on her show, Hot Potato.
Hello. And welcome to Hot Potato. I'm Maureen O'Clamp, and today myself and my special guests will be exploring the topic of wellness. My first guest is former award-winning actress Guinevere Palo Alto, who gave up the bright lights of Hollywood to found her very own online wellness empire, Oops, that sells fashion, supplements, ingestibles, islands, and her somewhat controversial gynecological giftware. Guinevere, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here. Sorry, that's just my power animal, reminding me to stay present.
Oh, what kind of animal is that?
A powerful one.
Indeed. So, let's get straight to it then. Could you define in your own words the concept of wellness?
It's all good.
What is?
All of it.
All of what?
All of it.
Oh, well, that's concise. Touching now on your former incarnation as an actress, in the 90s you won accolades for your roles in the movies Stephen Spoolbag is My Godfather and I Can Do an English Accent, before going on to star as the blonde love interest in over 50 movies, including He-Man, Loverman, Muscle Man, and the Avenging White Man series. Tell me then, what motivated you to give up the joys of Hollywood for the slings and arrows of the online business world?
My vagina.
Your what?
Yeah, she finally found her voice. You want to hear it?
No, perhaps not on live TV.
Pretty neat, right?
That was truly unexpected.
Yeah. Vaginal intoning helps me to relax after a hard day of picking out beige sweaters. I taught it to Greta Thunberg, who used it to galvanize the wind when she sailed across the Atlantic. So I guess I'm doing my bit for the environment, right?
So, before we plunge into wellness, as it were, tell me, do you never miss the glamour of Tinseltown?
Oh, God, no. What? A forest of cameras all wanting a piece of me? God, no. No, I'm much more comfortable in my role as wellness doula because I get to help women like me to birth their own wellness. So,
How do you mean women like you?
well, you know, all women. Diversity. Whatever your skin care range. Plus, my subscribers get exclusive access to my Fanny by Gaslight.
Sorry, you're...
Yeah, it's a candle that smells like my fanny. It'll knock your socks off.
Oh.
And with 1% of the proceeds going to a charity that supports survivors of my early films, it's a no-brainer.
Oh, well, that's my Christmas present sorted.
Right?
And how about your healing stickers? How do they work?
Oh, well, that's simple. You just stick them where the problem is and they heal you.
So, could you share a healing sticker success story with us?
Sure. Well, like Cameron Diaz's florist was like totally possessed by demons one time. And she just stuck one on her heart and they like totally, you know, laughed.
Exorcist. Another string to your bow.
Ask me about my daily wellness regimen.
Tell us about your daily wellness regimen.
Sure. So, I'm an early bird, so I like to rise at 5 a.m. The first thing I do is challenge my fear of death by burying myself in the earth. Then I jump up, stimulate my feet with burning sage, and I run around the garden screaming, which is like the perfect release.
I wonder what the neighbors think of that.
They love it, and they always scream back, "Go, Guinevere, go!" Then I hit my trainer for 45 minutes.
You hit your trainer?
Oh, no. I mean, I do hit with my trainer.
Of course you do.
Then it's time for my Bikram yoga session with Bakaraj, whose entire family I rescued from an active volcano during my summer break. Then it's time for my beauty regimen. First, I douse my face with oops, I did it again toilet water. Then it's time for a full face cleanse, tone, steam, and liquid gold mask. Now, I never use makeup as it stifles my glow. So, after sunscreen, I apply my bespoke blend No Primer Primer, followed by a cushion compact soaked in my Breath of Heaven No Foundation foundation for a filtered look. Then I apply eyebrow pencil, eyeliner, mascara, triple shade shadow blend, lip powder for a matte swell, pencil for form, and a stable lipstick. I never use lip gloss as I like a nude look. Finally, I douse my whole body with Portrait of a Lady Chakra Spritz by Fatbag Mule. Finally, I'm ready to face my... Maureen? Are you okay?
Sorry, I fainted. I'll be all right in a moment.
Oh, you want to do some vaginal...
Oh, no! Thank you. But I noticed that you also sell a product called No More Fatties. That looks to me like Scotch tape. What's that about?
Oh, that's a revolutionary solution to America's obesity problem. You just tape up your mouth and the weight rolls off.
I wouldn't call starvation a solution.
Well, whatever you want to call it, it does the job. When I had my babies, Banana and God, I was as big as a whale, and I lost 20 pounds in a week.
But it hasn't all been plain sailing with Oops, has it? Because you've been accused by reputable health professionals of peddling pseudoscience and clinically unproven hypotheses that prey on the anxious and the gullible. I'm speaking, of course, about your This Shit Works cancer cure that retails for $500,000 with the active ingredient being snake oil. Is that right?
Whoa, wait a minute. Have you seen my Oops lab? It's got real doctors in it from China. I mean, have you met Dr. Wang Chung? He's got a pen in his pocket and everything.
Okay. Give us the name of somebody that you've actually cured.
Hello? Have you never heard of the right to privacy? And you call yourself a journalist? Listen, if you're challenging me, Maureen, you better bring your best game because I know people.
What kind of people?
Big people.
How big?
Huge.
Are you threatening me, Guinevere?
Listen, Maureen, I'm getting kind of hangry because I haven't eaten since June. Have you got any buffalo bone broth or cacachihuahua juice or cordyceps and plant algae supreme?
Well, we might have a Snickers bar in the green room.
What? Didn't you read my writer requirements? I only do broths, infusions, juices, consommes, and coolies.
Guinevere, this is Bedford, not Bel Air.
Don't tell me where we are. I'm not stupid. I know fairies aren't real. Oh my God, I'm getting animated.
Do you want to say something?
I'm chanting.
Isn't it
Oh my God, why are you being so mean to me?
Guinevere, please.
Listen, Maureen.
Let me
tell you something. I come from an average home in Beverly Hills. We only had one moat and one state-of-the-art recording studio. And sometimes I was bored, so Daddy put me in the movies. And I'd like to thank the Academy from the bottom of my heart. My producers, Chuck Papusa, Donna Pilates, and David Gelato for their undying support of me. I'd like to thank my agent, Brick Curtsy, my handlers, Chase Haversack and Zap Dingbats, my lawyer, Randy Boomer, and I would be nothing without the love of a tremendous magnitude. And for that, I thank my family, who I love more than anything else in the whole... Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! It fell out!
What fell out?
My egg! My Fabergé yoni egg! It's rolling across the floor! And your foot! Maureen, lift your foot! You're stepping on my egg! Get off it!
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, here's your goddamn egg, you boring woman!
Oh my God! Nobody's ever spoken to me like that before.
Well, it's high time they did. Something's happening to me. I don't sound like an idiot anymore. And I'm going to stop all this oops crap and start eating solids and get some womanly curves and well-earned wrinkles and become a role model for women with damaged hair and difficult thighs and...
Oh my God! I just got possessed by the spirit of Sigourney Weaver!
Here, have a sticker.
Where's my lawyer? Randy!
I think we'd better meet our next guest.
Randy! I want that woman cancelled!
And there you have it, folks. The American Constitution in action. My next guest is Dr. Anton van de Pijlgaard, Europe's most continent colon whisperer. Dr. Anton, welcome to the show.
Well, I certainly feel more welcome than your last guest.
That wouldn't be hard. Now, you've been described by your clients as a shaman of the bowel, and you've inspired audiences as small as Prince in his ensuite bathroom to as large as the National Mormon Convention at Wembley Stadium. Tell us then, because I'm sure our viewers are longing to know, what does a colon whisperer do?
Well, I guess you could say it's a calling, like an actor to the stage or a priest to the message of God. Both vocations require a dialogue, right? So in my case, I am whispering ancient secrets to the body's most intimate passage. secrets to charm the dragon out of its den. You see, Maureen, most people are terrified by what lies inside. They think that there is some creature from the Black Lagoon waiting to drag them down to the underworld for eating cheese fondue in the dead of night.
Oh, is that a thing?
For some poor unfortunates, yes it is. But let me ask you, Maureen, do you look inside the bowl after you've moved your bowel?
Oh, well,
Don't be ashamed. Once upon a time, I too was scared to scrutinize my product. But I'm so glad I did, because what I found changed my life. A Roman coin. The top hat from my Monopoly set. Lost since childhood. And this sports watch that I assumed my ex-wife had given to her tennis coach, but it was inside me all along.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. But let me ask you this. What does wellness mean to you, Dr. Anton?
Maureen, I'd like you to do something for me.
And what's that?
I would like you to punch me in the stomach.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm a punchy kind of person, Dr. Anton.
Come on! I can take it.
Why would you ask me such a thing?
Because you never saw a 50-year-old man as ripped as I am.
And that's the secret, is it, to your wellness?
Negative, Captain. That is simply a positive byproduct. For the secret, well, for that, you'll have to come back to my hotel.
Oh, I'm not sure that's an appropriate place for...
But a man and a woman talking, what more appropriate place for a deep and penetrating conjoinment of tongues?
Oh, easy, tiger.
Ah, now you're playing with me. Come on, play with me some more. Luxuriate in it. We're both young, successful people thrown together in a hot and intimate studio. Can't we allow ourselves a little sensual interplay? I'm sure your viewers are enjoying it and maybe even wanting more. I certainly am.
Let's get back to wellness. Tell me about your first ever colon whispering session.
Ah, okay. Well, that was Donatella Versace's poop party way back in '84.
Sorry, what party?
Pool!
Oh, right.
Yeah, her colon died on the runway after Milan Fashion Week, and we spent the afternoon whispering it back to life. It was beautiful.
And Cher is also a fan, I believe.
Oh, that woman. That woman is the love of my life, and the first celebrity to publicly condone my coloninator.
That's an enema bag, isn't it?
A bag? No, it is a way of life.
How does it work?
Oh, it's simple. So simple a turkey could do it. All you have to do is hang it on a ball hook 2 meters up from the ground and fill it with the pure running waters of southern Chile.
What if you don't live in southern Chile?
Then you turn on your right side and you stick the small triangulated nozzle where the sun don't shine and you free the dragon. And the great thing about my coloninator is that you can use it anywhere. On an awkward date, during a turbulent flight, and after that dinner party with a rich dessert that you don't need. You see, most people don't realize that they are 1 liter away from pure clarity. And since my daily date with the coloninator, I have power over myself, power over other men, and power over animals.
Animals? Any animal in particular?
Wars.
Wolves.
Wars.
Don't you mean voles?
Maureen, I watched a whole torment of field mouse, and I wrestled it to the ground. I watched a man oppress a waitress, and I gouged out his eyes, and so can you. All you gotta do is watch my movie, Voyage Round My Colon, and read my book, Dr. Anton van der Pijlgaard's Bumper Book of Better Bowel Care.
I'm not sure our viewers want to gouge out anybody's eyes.
You want a pristine colon? I give you the colon of a newborn baby. You want better sex? I give you the performance of a Venezuelan porn star. You want Amal Clooney's hair? You got it. Charlize Theron's eyes? Take 'em. The calves of a Danish cyclist? They're yours. A benefit you will not find from any competitive bowel care program.
Dr. Anton, I've got to ask you, do you ever stop?
I stop when every victory brings me closer to the threshold of beautiful women, I feel.
But it hasn't always been like this, has it? There were reports in the press last year about your very public breakdown after a punishing tour that took in, 50 cities in 50 days? That must have been tough. Tell us about that time.
It wasn't a breakdown. No, that was just idle gossip spread by a pernicious web of competitive whisperers. No, it was a blip, an energy blip. I don't break down, Maureen. I'm not a machine.
Energy blip, then. Tell us about it.
I gave too much, that's all. And I collapsed in Mexico City. You got to understand that I was whispering for over 16 hours a day. Because the people, God, they needed me. Gott in Himmel, the beans. And you know what beans means?
Heinz?
Blowouts! Colonic blowouts! Because you can't live on a diet of just pinto beans without serious consequences.
And how did you recover? What brought you back to health?
Oh, well, breath, water, and pure sunlight. That's all I ingested for over a year.
Is it possible to live on breath, water, and pure sunlight?
I did. And after I recovered, I slowly reinserted food items into my body. Cucumbers, courgettes, all natural, from the earth, because I never touch health food. Health food is a lie. I don't like tofu, I don't trust tempeh, and I certainly don't believe in Satan.
Satan?
Satan, pure evil, along with all processed plant-based protein products. Don't buy them. Don't even think about them.
Well, I won't.
And don't think about other men.
I'm sorry?
I can read your mind, Maureen. After years of whispering, I have gained the gift of telepathy. And I know that right now, you're thinking of another man.
No.
Are you sure? You have the love light in your eyes?
I'm curious to know why you'd care what I'm thinking.
Because I see you, Maureen. And I know that you are lonely.
Okay. Right,
Oh,
well...
come
that's
on,
just about all
Maureen.
we've got time
You're a
for,
middle-aged
so
woman.
Thank you, Dr. Anton.
Your eyes are shrinking, your jaw is slackening, and those marionette lines dragging down the corners of your mouth.
Excuse me?
But I'm giving you the chance to be desired by a real man again, because I see beyond your physical flaws. I see a young girl in a gingham skirt holding a wicker basket filled with forest fruits. Her ankles are yet slim, and her hips have not yet exploded.
Dr. Anton,
No, forget it. No. We're on a beach in Uruguay. Our naked bodies roasting in a fiery tryst.
enough.
Oh, come on, Maureen. Stop pretending nothing's happening.
Nothing is happening.
Then how come I can feel your body?
You cannot feel my body, Dr. Anton. I am sitting feet away from you.
Then come here. She punched me. She punched me in the stomach.
Victor, get him out of here.
All right, Romeo, let's have you.
Is this a safe space? Because I'm not sure I feel quite...
I'm so sorry. That was Europe's most incontinent colon whisperer. My next guest is Azar Woman, a wellness warrior devoted to the empowerment of women suffering from PTSD, which, in my case, could not be more appropriate. Azar Woman, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello.
So let's get straight to it. Wellness. What does it mean?
Well, I'm allergic to red, green, brown and orange foods and some yellow. But foods of colour I'm okay with, funnily enough.
I wasn't thinking so much about food. I was thinking more in general.
Well, I am a woman, and as a woman, I suppose wellness means reaching out and connecting with other women who are looking for a safe space to be a woman, you know, like how to be safe in nature, how to be safe in the home, how to be safe in space, that kind of thing.
And it's just out of interest. Where do you stand on men?
Oh, well, I don't have a problem with men per se, you know, they're not all predators. Although male robins can be quite aggressive, can't they? But, like, you know, some of them have got really soft hands. Well, not the robins, obviously, because they haven't got any hands. They've only got,
Feet?
yeah, feet, that's it. And I got this friend, right, Pixie Love Handles, who heads up the Extreme Women Against the Reptilian Deep State and 5G Fluoride and Chemtrail Exposure Collective. And she got a block in her toilet once, so she got this bloke to come round and fix it, and he ended up giving her a baby, so he turned out to be quite useful.
Indeed. So let's start from the beginning then. You were born Claire Margaret Breadworthy.
No, sorry, Maureen, but I get quite triggered when people mention my dead name.
Oh, so sorry. Azza. May I call you Azza?
Well, I'd rather you called me by my full name, if that's okay, because someone got it wrong once and called me Gazza, which caused me some considerable trauma.
Well, of course, nobody wants to be confused with a weeping footballer. So perhaps then you can contextualise your work in light of your childhood, because I understand it was your early experiences that drove you to women's wellness. Is that right?
Well, like, I was born Pisces, right, which is already a lot, you know. And I come from quite an oppressively privileged middle-class home in Godalming. You know, we had the three-piece suite, the jacuzzi, the patio, quite a big patio actually, bigger than we deserved given our collusion with the British Empire. And I suppose I spent the first 10 years of my life in a sort of unconscious coma of white cultural hegemony. You know, like the Flintstones, Yogi Bear, Top Cat, the Banana Splits, the Wacky Races, Scooby-Doo.
You watched a lot of television then.
Well, I had to. I had to distract me from what I was. You know, and then one day I just sort of woke and I realised that I'd been drugged by the broadcasting patriarchy, and it was then that I realised that I've got to stand up for women who can't speak, won't speak. And then I thought, instead of collapsing into silence, you know, silence being violence, I thought I'd practice the art of violent silence. And that's how I got into radio.
Radio?
Yeah. So my first residency was in a women's care home on a show called Bags for Life. And that was quite silent because a lot of the old ladies chose to communicate via smells. And then I'd done Identify This for Radio Totnes, where I facilitated baseball bashing sessions for able-bodied cis males who identify as disabled trans women, and that got very violent. And then finally I went on to a palliative care show called Live and Let Die, and that got very silent in the end, yeah.
As a woman, I get the impression that you're somewhat at home with trauma. Is that right?
Yeah, I suppose I am. I mean, it probably goes back to when I was a child, because it might not seem much like to you, Maureen, but to me it's fundamental to being included in the child community, and that is, I never learnt Oh, sorry, I'm getting quite emotional. I never learnt how to ride a bicycle.
Didn't your parents ever teach you?
Well, they tried to teach me, but I just never learnt. And that made me feel quite isolated, you know.
And you subsequently never learned to ride a bicycle?
Oh, by then it was too late, wasn't it? Too little, too late. And then there was this other thing. I've never told anyone this, and here I am blubbing all over hot potato.
Please, feel free.
Well, yeah, I suppose this is a safe space after all.
Completely safe.
Right, well, it was the summer of 1976 and I was 5 years old, and it was my school sports day, you know, parents gathered and everyone there and that, and it was my very first sports day, so I wanted to do my best, you know, and then someone hands me an egg and a spoon, and, you know, it wasn't their fault, they didn't know I was vegan. But when I asked them whether they'd consulted with the hens before trafficking their eggs for entertainment, they just looked at me like I was crazy, and then they pushed me onto the racetrack and told me to get on with it, and I was running and my egg fell off the spoon and it smashed into the grass, and there was just this yolk everywhere. It was just yolk. I started screaming and screaming, and do you know what, Maureen? Not one person came to see if I was all right. They just carried on racing. It was horrific, do you know what I mean?
Yes. It must have been awful. Go on.
Well, luckily, after 35 years of lobbying the school governing body, they finally banned all competitive sports. And you know what? Last year, I heard that all the children gathered in a big circle around a maypole and sang "Pop Goes the Weasel," which is a huge improvement. Although, of course, I can't condone the celebration of weasel popping per se.
Yes, but that's not a blood sport, though, is it? It's a nursery rhyme.
Well, as they say, Maureen, there's no smoke without fire.
Azar Woman, let's move on to more positive territory now. I hear you got married last year, is that right?
Yeah, I found a lovely partner called Quimby.
Oh, that's lovely. Tell us about him. Or her. Or they. Or Ood.
Yeah, my Quimby's personal pronoun of choice is Ood.
Okay. And how did you meet?
So we met at my local Dance Yourself Stupid group, where my Quimby was longing to dance with scarves, but Ood had been sadly repressed. But luckily there was this 6'4" cis male electrician called Dave with a lot of body hair. And when Private Dancer came on, he was really graceful and inspired my Quimby to just relax and release himself all over the floor. Oh, it was like a river dance.
Oh, and did you go on a honeymoon?
Yeah, we went to a friend's flat in Catford, yeah, because we wanted a zero impact experience. And then we moved to Torquay, because we were struck by the integrity and authenticity of the Wicca community. And then we watched The Wicker Man, and that was it. We both decided to convert to Wicca.
The Wicker Man? I thought that was a horror film.
Oh, no, not the Wicker Man. Oh, no, that'd be awful, no. No, the Wicker Nan.
And who is the Wicker Nan?
Oh, everyone knows the Wicker Nan. Yeah, she's a deeply connected wise woman who works at the Pumpkin Slice, the bakery there. Yeah, she was the one who gave me my Wicker name.
And what's that?
Shara-ra-ray.
Shara-ra-ray. Oh, I've not heard of that name. What does it mean?
Well, Shara means princess in Hebrew, and I thought, why not? And then I just stuck Ra-ray on the end, because I love that song by Dexy's Midnight Runners, you know, the one that goes
I am woman, hear me roar, your number's too big to...
Hello, as a woman. What? Oh. Oh my God, I don't believe it, no.
What's happened?
Oh my God, Maureen, you wouldn't believe it.
What?
Someone's just mispronounced my Quimby.
And there you have it, folks. As a woman, fighting the good fight for accurate pronouncing. My final guest today is Blessed Bee, founder and CEO of Kitchen Yoga, a new and revolutionary yoga technique that reframes the kitchen as a place of spiritual growth. Blessed Bee, welcome to the show. Thanking you, Maureen. I'm feeling quite the welcome. Sorry, what's that sound? Oh, that's just Australia. How do you mean? You know, cicadas and stuff. I can't get rid of it. Oh, so unusual. Oh no, I'm a walking bush. Can you turn it down? Can you turn Ireland down? Fair enough. So let's jump right in, Blessed Bee. Tell me, what does wellness mean to you? Oh, look, Maureen, most people think that wellness is about the physical, but it's not. It's the spiritual. And what is the spiritual? Invisible stuff that you can't even see. By the way, what kind of people watch this show? Are there any movie directors or casting people or anything like that? Well, E360 TV is a new visionary creative viewing platform, so I should imagine that there are lots of creatives watching. Oh, that's good, isn't it? So, going back to the kitchen then, what inspired you to invent your revolutionary yoga technique? Time, in a word. You see, for billions of years, tiny men in sweaty caves have tried to unravel the mysteries of yoga. For what? I managed it in a single afternoon in the comfort and convenience of my own kitchen. I've redefiniated yoga into my own format. Because let's face it, nobody can afford yoga class anymore. And what's wrong with a simple comestible? My butternut and watermelon combo will raise your kundalini in seconds. Whether you're a humble uni student, a big burly builder with a bushy beard anxiously awaiting gender reassignment surgery, or an honest-to-goodness housewife. Because let's face it, there's nothing wrong with looking after a man, especially if he's anything like my Magnus, who's hung like an elephant, but wouldn't know his soup tureen from his salad spinner. Ah! But I can't help noticing your beautiful gown and turban ensemble. What's that about? Oh, that's good of you. Well, look, on my bodily person, I'm sporting a polyuropropylene gown, hand-woven in the Australian colours of green and gold. And if you're swooning over my parfum, I'm wearing Forgotten Vulva, parfum de toilet spray by Lonthric. And as for my headpiece, well, it's a towel, obviously, because nobody told me they don't provide hairdryers in Premier Inn. Nothing Premier about that. I'm sorry to hear that was your experience. But could you share one of your signature moves with us? Sure. By moving the pot home and away, I am activating my foo-foo gland, which can bring about instant enlightenment. Your foo-foo gland. I've not heard of that one. Where is that exactly? Bit intimate, Maureen. I'll show you later. But how about this one? Human vibrator technique. Oh, no, I don't think that's a... You just lie down, relax your bodily person, and release the sound of Om. Oh. No, stop it. You're saying Om. It's not Om, it's Om. Oh. No, you're doing it wrong. It's like a didgeridoo, like this. Try again. Have you never done any voice work? Well, when I was training, I did some voice. Because that was absolutely crap. It seems to me like failure is not an option in your world, Blessed Bee. What was it like for you growing up? Was it... Oh, look, Maureen, I don't like to dwell on the shackles of the past, but Life in Cockwash Creek was nothing like Neighbours. When I was a baby, I was found on the steps of Kmart in a hat box and adopted by a hardened criminal called Brandy Scragg.
Oh, what was that like?
No, she only did it for the money. She was obsessed with jelly wrestling, was constantly on tour. I had to scrabble around for the odd mollusk and boil my own hair. I mean, over the years I developed chronic fatigue syndrome.
Well, don't you mean a chronic fatigue syndrome?
Well, whatever it was bloody exhausting.
And what about education? Did you get an education?
Education? Fat chance. No, she was too busy with her jelly moulds to bother to educate me. No, I taught myself to read by studying the contraindications on the back of her pharmaceutical packets. I may not know the works of Wilfrid Shakespeare, Maureen, but I can tell you how to spell neuroneutramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, which is what she died of in the end, the silly galah.
And then what happened to you?
I drifted. Enrolled at the Academy of Burrumbuttock, where I studied post-traumatic stress disorder in late 20th century Australian fashion. And then I dropped out, tried to set the world on fire with my native birds of Australia slipper sock business. No, my life began when I was discovered cage dancing in a Balinese nightclub by the renowned film director Kloot Flute Fangler, who cast me in his movie quadrilogy, Rampant Zombie Nuns of Woolloomooloo, Rampant Zombie Nuns of Woolloomooloo 2, Rampant Zombie Nuns Strike Back, and Rampant Zombie Nuns, the musical. And I was that close to getting the movie role of Fantine in Les Miserables. But Anne Hathaway got it and murdered it. I mean, the screeching, and I dreamed a dream. What a shocker. And I still don't understand it. I met the director in his hotel room. I wore the lacy lingerie, but he wasn't having a bar of it. Me Too movement? What about me? Anyway, I've stopped all that chicanery now, and now it's back to self-service.
Don't you mean selfless service?
Nope. I've put other people before myself for far too long now, and now it's my time to shine.
Right. Getting back to the kitchen then. Give us another one of your moves.
An excellent stress buster. Optic Coptic. You take 2 eggplants, Jesus' favourite apparently, and you stick them into your eye sockets. And then you chant the sacred words, I hate you, Anne Hathaway, and I hope your face melts off at a Hollywood barbecue. That's better. Can you feel the electrolytes penetrate your chakral matrix? Palpable, isn't it?
I'm not sure what our viewers are feeling at the moment.
Now let's go for a seated twist. You twist to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right. Now, if you can't do this, you probably need liposuction, but you can't afford it, right? But if you happen to be rich and you feel like a night's entertainment, you can go for a gay escapade. If you happen to be rich and alone and you need a companion, you can ring ting-a-ling for the maid. Ah! It just pours out of me.
Okay, well, I think it's almost time for
Hot yoga. Originally my idea, but sadly stolen by Bikram and his hot people. You simply take a towel, chuck it over your head and cook. I taught this to Lindsay Lohan when she was in jail. She said it really helped tone up her bingo wings, which were flapping about like a couple of kookaburras. Anyway, she promised me a part in Mean Girls 4. Never delivered, though. They never do.
Blessed be. It's been an absolute delight.
Wait on, Maureen. We've got to tighten up first with my nutcracker Kegels, because if you're of a certain age and you've lost it in the bedroom, my Kegel squeezers will bring it all back. All you got to do is suck it in and suck it up. The sagging flesh, the flapping bits, the hanging gardens. Because if you got a fatty like a wizard's sleeve, what you got to look forward to? So, suck, 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 to the top of your head, tie it in a bow, and shout to the world, I'm hot, I'm tired and I need a break. So if anybody knows anybody who knows anybody in the movie business, please get in touch.
And that's all we've got time for today.
Wait on, Maureen. What about final relaxation? I can't leave your viewers with tight kegels. They might have a car crash. Everybody, close your eyes, get quiet, and I'm going to take you into a deep relaxation. Relax your frontal cortex, your hippocampus, and your medulla oblongata. I never should have given up acting. Relax your jug ears, your turkey neck, and your crepey chest. Because I was good. Really good. Relax your bulbous nose, your tiny eyes, and your overshot jaw. But then Anne Hathaway came along and took it all away from me. Relax your bleached teeth, your receding gums, and your limp and lifeless hair. Stole my future! Relax your thick ankles, your broken capillaries, and your crumbling fingernails. Ripped it from under me like a beach towel. Relax your gigantic bunions, your toxic liver, and your infected spleen. Ate up my dreams like a fillet of fish. Relax your sagging buttocks, your fallen arches, and your wobbly thighs. But I'm gonna find you, Anne. And when I do, I'm gonna be... I've got quite the dramatic range, haven't I?
Thank you so much for joining me. I've been Maureen O'Clamp. Join me next time for another faceful of hot potatoes.
Oh my goodness, Rosie. That was utterly phenomenal. Where do you find the energy, first of all?
I don't know. I really don't know. And it's just adrenaline. I love it. Yeah, I just love it so much. So yeah.
What are some of your top tips that you would give to creatives who want to follow in your footsteps?
I'd say just keep a diary, write notes, and draw your inspiration from life, and just steal from everywhere, from moments in your life, moments that you've seen. I mean, you must always write or create from what you know, and that's what I've always, I mean, I think that's the most authentic thing, is write about what you know.
So what do you wish maybe someone had said to you when you were younger?
Stop worrying about, stop worrying and about being so serious and trying to impress, and just relax. Yeah. I think that's what I would, that would be my go-to. Just, see the funny side of life, see how surreal everything is, and enjoy it. And I was very serious when I was young. You wouldn't know that I was a sort of secret comedian.
Now we do have one more treat.
You do indeed. Yes, we've got a final hypnotherapy session, so everybody get really, 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 really ready to chill.
Greetings. My name is Leonora Lightbodice, and I'm a bifocal hypnotherapist, here today to guide you to a state of deep hypnosis using the simple tool of the imagination. In my lifetimes, I have been many beings: a rhino, an orthodontist, Nefertiti. And more recently, assistant manager of Cheeky Monkey Soft Player. And here I am once again, ready to guide you home. So sit back, relax, and I am going to take you down from 3 up to 1. And when I get to 1, you will be in a state of deep hypnosis. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes and look around you. What can you see? Fields of chrysanthemums and leprechauns dancing with their partners, and little children dressed in matching pink and powder blue chenille outfits. And now you're on a cruise with Michael Bublé, and you're standing in front of a gorgeous buffet filled with all your favourite foods. Exotic tropical fruit cup, ham, snacker jacks. Oh, look, there's a dolphin. You jump onto its slippery back and you fly away. Bye, Michael, to your all-expenses paid luxury holiday resort spa in Alicante, where you find yourself floating on a kidney-shaped pool. Suddenly, a gorgeous Spanish holiday rep of the sex of your choice, about 25 years old, leads you to a leopard skin sun lounger, covered in scratch cards. You pick 3 cherries, you win a red Mazda. Oh, you jump into your Mazda and you drive away to your fantasy villa in Reading, filled with all your pets and your nan and your collection of snow globes from around the world. Slink into your favourite lounge chair, select the massage option, and you turn on the bake-off. Suddenly, the patio door slides open to reveal a gorgeous Portuguese electrician of the sex of your choice, about 25 years old, wearing a cream suit and burgundy cummerbund. In a single bound, she is by your side. And without one word spoken, she picks you up and gathers you up to your king or queen size leather effect waterbed, where she throws you down, turns on Christina Ugly area, and without so much as a bye or leave, tears off his or her trousers to reveal a matching leather thong and diamante choker and anklet set. Oh! You gasp as she rips the thin lemon negligee or sports jacket and slacks from your quivering body, and without so much as a bye or leave, she plunges his throbbing maleness into your unsuspecting love cave, or she clamps her throbbing love cave over your unsuspecting maleness. Finally, you swoon with ecstasy under his or her masterful touch. And when it's over, she dangles into your willing mouth a couple of plump and juicy Bassett's jelly babies. Ah! Stay there for as long as you wish, relishing the smooth, creamy texture of the babies. And I'm going to bring you out in 3,